more on this, we are now being joined by Ajay Bagga, market expert, live from Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bagga.
Thank you for having me.
We are just one day away from the Union Budget 2025. First up, what is your outlook on the rupee as of now?
Yeah, rupee, basically we have to move in tandem with China, which is our biggest export competitor. So normally RBI does a very calibrated move in the rupee, lets it go down by about 2 to 3% per annum. Lately, what has happened is post the Trump victory on 5th November, we have seen emerging market currencies come under a lot of pressure, as well as developed market currencies. We have seen euro or the pound as well going down versus the dollar. So this dollar exceptionalism is threatening the rupee as well. RBI has spent about $70 billion from its foreign exchange reserves in protecting the level of the rupee, but we have seen continuous depreciation in the rupee. So outlook for the rupee is about 3 to 5% lower from here by the end of the year.
Right, I was just coming to the point you made there of Trump's impact on developing currencies. It's just a follow-up question. With Trump set to announce tariffs, what impact do you see on India?
Well, it will depend on if tariffs come on India. We know that Foreign Minister Jaishankar was in US from 24 to 29 December. Then again, he attended Trump's inauguration. So back-channel talks have been going on in India. So we are hoping that India will be spared massive tariffs, and it will be more an agreement with India that the US reaches. But the global tariffs is the more scary part, because if Trump has said that on 1st February, he will bring in 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. That's a big deal. Mexico's trade with the US is over 700 billion. The Canadian trade is another 300 billion plus. So you're talking of tariffs on a large portion. It can upend supply chains. It can reduce global trade, lead to more protectionism. And for US investors, for US consumers, it could bring in inflation. And for US investors, it could mean that the Fed does not cut rates at all this year because of tariffs. So tomorrow it will be very important to notice what happens on Saturday night India time and morning in the US. Again, on China, we think tariffs might be postponed till April. But with Trump, you don't know. It's not a straight line or anything that's predictable. Unpredictability is his forte, and expect a lot of unpredictability on Saturday.
Right, Mr. Bagga, now the budget is being presented tomorrow. The rupee is under pressure, like what we've discussed. Inflation is at a higher notch, which is above the RBI's comfort zone, and the consumer spending has decreased. What are your expectations from the budget?
Expectations are low because fiscal space is low. You are putting on debt at the rate of about 16 lakh crores a year. And the interest outgo is already more than 25% of the government revenues is going in servicing interest already. So the fiscal space is very limited. And clearly, you will see some rejigging of various subsidies, and their nomenclaturing into new avatars. But the government doesn't have too much money in either giving relief to the middle class. So it could be a cosmetic relief, like a 10,000 rupee increase in standard deduction or something. We are not expecting any big bang reform either on land or labor or on the supply chains. PLI will continue, so the focus on manufacturing will continue. The focus on stimulating the rural economy will continue. But what is needed for consumption is some big bang reform, like making annual salaries up to 20 lakhs tax-free, something like that. A bigger move is needed. I think the budget will lack that tomorrow, and we are setting up for disappointment tomorrow.
Right, Mr. Bagga, thank you so much for joining us on World Business Watch with Insights.
My pleasure.